Thank you for joining us to learn more about how to submit a nomination for a Calgary Award. Nominations are accepted through an online form. Go to calgary.ca/Calgary Awards. You can navigate to the other pages to learn more about the program. Here we have the 2025 award recipients along with their bios, eligibility requirements, submit a nomination, the process used to select recipients, a list of previous award recipients going back to 1994, and all of our award categories right here. There are 5 different award categories. I'm going to walk you through how to submit a nomination. Click on Submit a Nomination. You'll see there are 5 steps to submit a nomination. You can expand all the steps and read through them one at a time. There are 13 awards in total. You can see them listed here in the navigation. The Award for Accessibility Universal Design. Note that this category is administered through the Advisory Committee on Accessibility and has a different nomination period, opening February 9th. The City of Calgary W. Mitchell Book Prize, which closed in December. The Community Achievement Awards, which has 9 subcategories. The Environmental Achievement Award, and the International Achievement Award. Each has its own description, criteria, and nomination questions. For example, let's go to the Community Achievement Award page. You'll see that there are 9 awards listed under this category. Let's expand Calgarian of the Year. This is the award description, and there are questions that you'll find to the online nomination form that you'll need to answer here. It's a good idea to copy these questions to a Word document, prepare the answers, and then you can easily copy and paste them into the nomination form later. Note the maximum characters allowed for each answer. We'll talk more about this in step 2. Next, review the eligibility requirements and selection information. A few requirements are: nominees must live within the Calgary city limits for at least 2 years as of December 31st. For organizations, the office must be located in Calgary. Please be sure to read through all the eligibility requirements. Returning back to Submit a Nomination page, go to Step 2, Nominee Information and Achievements. As part of the nomination, you will need to describe the nominee's achievements and give specific examples with details. Most award categories will ask 3 questions. A few ideas of things to include are the impact of the nominee's achievements and how they have enhanced the quality of life in Calgary, why their achievements are outstanding, are there difficult circumstances or challenges that the nominee overcame, touch on personal traits such as dedication, leadership, or compassion. If relevant, you can add data or statistics that speak to their accomplishment. Step 2 is where you'll want to spend most of the time preparing information about the nominee. Step 3 is obtaining consent from the nominee. All nominees will need to agree to share their personal information with the City of Calgary. Download the appropriate consent form or send a link to the nominee. You'll notice that each category requires a specific consent form. Be sure to download the consent form corresponding to the category you are submitting a nomination for. Have them complete and sign the form and send it back to you. The nominee should also be reading through the eligibility requirements on the website. You'll notice that the eligibility requirements are also on the consent form here in the checkbox section. All must be checked and true to be eligible for the nomination. Remember that any false statement, misinterpretation, and misrepresentation may be subject to disqualification of the nomination. The signed form will need to be uploaded as part of the nomination. Step 4 is attaching supporting documents. You can attach up to 14 pages in 3 separate attachments. These attachments can be letters of support from other community members, testimonials, news articles, statistics, graphs, pictures, measurements. Do not include links to web pages, as the jury members will not click on any links. Photos of the nominees are not necessary to include. The last step is to submit the nomination using the online form. You will take all the information and documents you've collected in steps 1 to 4 and enter them in the online form. The online form cannot be saved, so wait until you have all the information gathered before going to the online form. Click on the Submit a Nomination button and work through the form. Be sure to review all the information and tips along the way. You'll select the award category. For example, let's select the Community Achievement Awards. Then select the subcategory if needed. In this example, we'll select Calgarian of the Year. You'll enter the nominee's name and contact information. For individuals, their home address must be in Calgary. For organizations, their office address must be in Calgary. The only exception is for the International Achievement Award. Then you'll attach the signed nominee consent form. Then you'll answer each of the questions. If you're prepared in advance, this should be an easy copy and paste from your Word document. Remember to keep in mind the maximum characters allowed for each answer. Next is to attach any supporting materials you have collected. You're allowed a maximum of 14 pages in 3 files. I have prepared 3 documents in advance: a letter of support from community members, a news article, and lastly, a group photo. Next is a nominator's information. So this is your information. Add your name and contact information, answer a few questions for us. And lastly, let us know you're not a robot. That's it. You're all done. You'll receive a date and time stamped webpage with a link to a demographic survey. This survey is optional, but we'd appreciate any information about yourself that you'd like to share with us. This information is not connected to your nomination. The recipients will be notified in mid-April. A list of nominees in each category will be posted on the website in late May or early June. Please note that due to the volume of nominations received, only successful nominations will be contacted. A public announcement of the recipients will be made in mid-June, along with a presentation hosted by the Mayor and Council. If you have any difficulties or questions, email calgaryawards@calgary.ca. Thank you for taking the time to submit a nomination. Good luck.